Hey you, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So today is a special video. I just did the math and it's been 4 years since I told you about my top 10. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've watched a lot of anime in my life. I read a lot of books. I have damn near 500 books. I think I'm way less than that, but I know I'm at least nearing 300 or so. So that means I'm close to 500. My top 10 anime list is, I think it changes. Well, not really. My top 5 is relatively the same. Things have gotten moved around and I want to tell you about it. And I want to talk about more anime that I'm seriously interested in and I think could break my top 10. I think one of my favorite things about this is I love stories. I genuinely lead more towards fantasy, but I'll literally watch and be entertained by anything. And right now, I want to tell you at least my top 5 because if you watch some of that past video that was like 4 years ago and super embarrassing to think about now, my top 5 hasn't changed much. So, if you didn't know or you lived under a rock, my number 1 is Gintama, and that's pretty much not changing. Gintama is a story that taught me how to be a better person. It taught me about what's important, and it also taught me about how to live my life in a world that can be incredibly cruel. Gintama is a story I may relive and make several videos about, but it's one such anime that I appreciate so damn much for making me a better person, and God, I love that anime. And it was one of the funniest animes I've seen in a very long time. That level of humor has not been replicated, but some animes have gotten close. Then, after that, Hunter x Hunter. Now, I used to say Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter. I go interchangeably between the two. Hunter x Hunter is not finished. And it may damn well never be finished. And as someone who reads fantasy novels and fantasy books, there's so many series that I love that are not finished. I just finished the Killer Chronicles and it only has 2 books. And we've been waiting so many years for the third and it may never be finished. And that made me realize stories that aren't finished are still special in the way that it gave me so much that I appreciate. And so Hunter x Hunter sticks in its spot and it won't change from that spot. Now, I do feel like Hunter x Hunter deserves to have a good ending. It's a story that deserves more than what it's having right now. And I feel as though it's the final piece of my childhood that should end, you know? Hopefully Togashi is in good health and is able to finish this incredible story that has changed my life and inspired me to write my own stories, create, and just venture into whatever my artistic journey entails. But it's definitely gonna have great storytelling.
You destroyed July, you're nothing but a hypocrite!
I have no memory of any of it.
Now, to get us to 3 is Trigun. Trigun is a relic of a time where storytelling was a lot more subtle. It was a different genre of anime and things were so indicative of a different time. And Trigun still seems fresh to me every time I watch it. Trigun is a part of the Golden 3, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, and these are animes that will never not be in someone's top 10 list or not be considered one of the greatest animes to ever be created. And Trigun continues to stand the test of time as an anime that is worth watching. And I can't not love Trigun, and I'm probably gonna rewatch it and make a solo video on it because I didn't really like the new one, but it still was kind of cool while I watched it.
楽しかったかい？人間として生きて ああ、最高だったと思う。
So, I bet you probably noticed. My top 3 are anime that are emotional, that are funny, and they also have great storytelling that means something to my own life. That's pretty much what I'm always looking for when I think about great anime that stand out. And that's why my entire top 5 is just built with these anime within it. And that brings us to 4. 4 is The Gray Man, another anime that has not been finished. It seems to be a trend of me always enjoying or loving stories that have not gotten to their ending. And one such anime that I am rooting the fuck for is The Gray Man. I think this anime has one of the greatest arcs in anime history, and I feel like not a lot of people get to talk about it. It has a very sincere and honest power system, and it was just ramping up, but unfortunately went to a different place. And I hope this story gets finished because I'm waiting on it. I'm still reading the manga that comes out ever so often, and it's really important to that young kid who watched all those episodes that finds out what is all the mysteries that's happening in this story to this day. Now, a story I hope never ends because it seems to always iterate on top of itself and be amazing on each iteration and be so fun and enjoyable and showcases the greatness of anime that I was definitely late to. JoJo's. JoJo's basically is what anime as a gold standard should be. It is beautiful, it's amazing, it's scary, it's iterative, and it's so imaginative. JoJo's is a phenomenon that will never not be worthwhile. And if you've never watched JoJo's, you definitely should. I've made several videos about it, and it's 100% worth your time. JoJo's is an anime that everyone should give the time of day because it's one of our best. Now, after that, this one, I'm putting both seasons together because basically it does deserve that amount of attention. And Blood Blockade, which comes from the same author as Trigun, of course he could create another banger like this. This anime, so the reason why I like it is because it's atmospheric and it's also random. And it also has a interesting way of telling a story about people, circumstances, and there's moments where that storytelling makes you feel something for a character that doesn't really even matter. It's such a beautiful cityscape. It's such an alive anime that when you watch it, you realize why this is so special and why this author was able to have another flash in a bottle with this anime. And I wish more people paid attention to it. It definitely deserves more than what it's getting. And it's one of those animes that like sits with you for a while and you want to rewatch the episodes. It's definitely a comfort anime that helps you feel better, especially living in this crazy world that we live in. Then after that, I've added it. I don't think it's hype. I think this can sit in my top 10. And it's going to be Frieren.
すごいことだ。俺の弟子はとんでもない戦士になる。
See, Frieren was an anime that took the world by storm. And I watched it, then rewatched it, and it has something special to it. It is one of those animes that only gets better with time and continues to level up when it gets farther and farther away from the hype. Its unique storytelling, its characters, its moments of sincere comedy, and the journey and the perception of limited time with a damn near long living being is an amazing dichotomy that definitely holds something worthwhile to watch. Now, I have not read the manga, so there is something to be said about what can happen once this anime and manga is ended. So I'll see if that does change in the near future, but Free Run is on my list of animes to further explore. So then after that, Golden Kamuy, another anime that has ended. I'm gonna just wait till the anime comes out and then see if this sticks into my list. It somewhat has been slated for the last and final season to come out like next year, and I'm super excited for that. That basically makes 8. Golden Kamuy is an adventure, a wild ride. It's hilarious and filled with great storytelling and shifts of characters, and is so incredibly amazing, and it's worthwhile. And then finally, 9 is Black Lagoon.
Too late. Too damn late. The only place people like us end up is a muddy hole in the ground, my friend.
Now, this story is something that many people have seen, and it's an incredible anime about the leftovers, those that are the degenerates, piracy. All these cool and dark themes are right there and are enjoyable to watch when given the time. But the problem is, Black Lagoon has always felt like an incomplete story, and I probably should read the manga. I haven't, so I'm gonna put that on the list. But I don't know. It's still 9. It's not being picked out the way like Hatio Hitoman, One Piece, Bakuman, Bakemonogatari. All these stories have been kicked out simply because I feel like all these other stories are way ahead of them in a lot more of the impact and the way they, at least the pieces of the story that they gave you. Now, One Piece is still pretty much there. I just really got to see the ending personally, so I got to suspend belief until the ending comes. Now, that's pretty much my top 10. I think the last space for my top 10 deserves to be something newer. I feel like I don't want to just get stuck just liking the same anime and not experimenting with more and more anime. I do think that Natsume's Book of Friends has something waiting for me once I get past the slower build-up of the storytelling. I also think 86, if that second season is fire, I think there's something there. There's a lot of things that like I'm waiting to see how it's gonna go, and who knows, the next 5 years we could really see endings to so many different anime that are incredible. And also there's a backlog. There's things waiting for me to venture into and watch. I have never watched Nana full through, and there's some other stuff that I think deserves definitely my time. So I hope we're along for the ride and we keep making videos so I can definitely talk about all these things. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. What's in your top 10? Do you disagree with my top 10? How do you feel about my top 10, even though it's like basically a top 9? Anyway, I appreciate you so much. Take care, be well, and enjoy your summer.